Hello everyone again. We are here for the 2021 Rocky Mountain Amateur Championships. This is a NADGT affiliate event, and it is presented by Rocky Mountain Soda Company. And Kyle, we talked a good deal during the first round. I'm kind of parched now for the second round. Do you think we could enjoy some of these sodas?
I think so. I'm going to go with my personal favorite, the orange cream. Good one, mine.
I am new to this lineup. I'm going to try this prickly pear one, I think.
Perfect. Go for it. There you go. Hey, it's fresh.
Cheers.
All right. That's tasty.
Wow, that's really good.
Yep.
All natural, made with cane sugar here in Colorado.
Yeah.
These guys are down in Denver, Glencoe Street. Check them out, Rocky Mountain Soda. Available at Whole Foods and other major retailers locally. Phenomenal stuff.
Big fan. Black Cherry is one of my other favorites. We didn't have that available in this lineup, but check them out. Great supporter of this event. Have been for 2 years now. So,
and we're gonna munch on a little bit of jerky too.
Love to see it.
The Double G Garlic Lover's Dream.
Another one of my favorite flavors. This one here, nice and fresh.
I mean, it's just good baggage, you know?
Always have one in my bag for the round. Nice to get some protein as you're getting your tournament round in, especially on a beautiful April day like we're about to watch from the group that's in front of us, Justin.
So we just saw the front nine, and for any of you out there that only watch back nine coverage, please go back and watch the front nine.
Yeah, it was an exciting front nine coverage. We've got a battle brewing between Jonah and Ryan MAJORS right now, and what we don't see is on our chase card is Josh Martin.
Let's go.
He shot a 4 down on the front nine, which he's still very much in the mix now because Russ and Clay have kind of fallen off pace a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I'll be interested to see if they can pick it up on the back. But this course,
hole 9 green.
Yep, that got both Clay and Russ.
Yep.
If you don't put a clean putt at the basket or make a conscious decision to lay up, you can find yourself in the same position that they did and bogey on that hole. It's a tough one.
It's a 301-foot hole that everyone wants to birdie, but that green is treacherous.
Yeah, everybody wanting to birdie it is one thing. What the stats will show us, though, is that on hole 9, that averaged at par. There was just as many birdies as there was bogeys, and a lot of people, like myself, just played smart and put it right there, walked away, said, I'm not losing anything on this hole because you can lose so much more than you can gain.
And
in
you
my
saw
opinion.
both those guys 3-putted, right?
Yep, when all said and done, 3-putt.
All right, well,
let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man. Let's see how this finishes up. I remember the wind picked up for this back nine. These guys were done. This was, I think, the first 3-day tournament of the year for a lot of these guys.
This was definitely our first 3-round tournament of the year, and definitely 3 days. So we're looking to pick up the first A tier in Colorado as a victory.
Yep.
The largest amateur-only event that we have in Colorado for the year. And this all leads into the 303 Open. So something that we didn't say in the front nine coverage is the winner of FA1, MA40, and MA1 all get a paid spot to the 303 Open, which is a professional A-tier event. It's going to be held a little later in the month, actually early May, at the Ultra Disc Golf Park in Fort Collins. So they're playing for a chance to find themselves in a big A-tier pro event. So,
and being that we are in the future looking back at this event, we've already filmed the 303. It's available on Elsen Productions.
Yep.
And it features Eagle McMahon. It features Tim Barham. It features Joel Freeman. It features a couple local pros, Nate Metzler.
Yep.
It features Tristan Lucerne. And the kid, before he won Idlewild, Kyle Klein.
Yep.
NADGT champion of 2019. Kyle Klein shows up. And it is a fun event that comes down to the last putt.
Yeah, you can look for Nick Hansen and myself's commentary on that particular one, and boy, that was an event to remember, conditions and all.
Yeah, and the winner of this event is featured in round 1 of that one.
Absolutely, so let's see who pulls it out.
All right, man.
Let's do it.
Kyle, cheers, bud.
Cheers.
Love to be hanging out with you down here in the studio.
Love it.
Drinking Some delicious Rocky Mountain soda. The prickly pear, fantastic. I've never had a pear soda in my life.
Orange cream with Lucifer on it. Big fan of Lucifer on the label.
Gotta love the Demon Horse.
Yep.
Well, we are definitely Colorado Disc Golf, and this is the best amateur event in Colorado. Let's see how the back nine finishes up.
Let's do it.
And here we are for the back nine lead card coverage. We have a hot Ryan MAJORS and a hot Jonah Karls going into this back here. Jonah 6 down, which was, I think, the best for the day.
The best front nine of any competitor by 2 strokes.
And once again, folks, this is Jonah's first disc golf tournament. This is the second round of recorded disc golf.
Yes. And it's great to see. He's got a unique style. And we're going to start out here on hole 10, which is, I think, my favorite hole on the entire course in this pin position, because you've got to hit the line perfectly off the tee, but then you have a wall of trees in front of the basket you just got to make a decision off of. And we'll see how these gentlemen attack it. I think it lends itself to kind of a flex forehand. But as we've seen, we haven't seen Jonah throw a forehand or anything other than a backhand to start.
Yep.
And it looks like he's going to do no different here.
And you can hear the wind here. You can see the branches. You can see the shorts rippling there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a ton of down logs on this hole.
Makes the ground play hard to gauge.
Very.
Yep.
Major, that flex forehand you were talking about?
Yep. I'm guessing that looked like he went with one of his getaways, so it's going to get a nice flex out of it.
A little short.
Faded early.
And wind, I think, shut him down a little bit.
Yeah. Russ taking that. Ooh, I think he released that early for what he was going for. You can see the basket just on that left side.
Probably not going with an overhand, going with the backhand. Repping the Grand Rapids, Michigan polo again. But he laces this thing.
Oh, that looks good. Get down. Now, there is a ditch on that left-hand side that will get you putting up at it. And what we've seen on the previous holes is it looks like they're going to have...
Russ.
He's going to have a headwind coming into that pin. Russ, unfortunately, missing the layup there, and that's going to be a long putt for par.
And these trees are all lined up perfectly to block this putt from these positions over here on the right.
Every single one. Jonah, who's looking to keep his roll going.
Little touch of upshot, navigates the tree gauntlet.
I like how soft he played that. Just Ryan, I think, is even more guarded than Jonah was, and he's conceded to just laying up.
Yeah, there's just no putt from there.
Yep.
Hard to tell from this camera angle, but there's just no line through these, really.
Yeah, they're thick. Russ gave it a bid, looking at a bogey.
And here's that ditch you're talking about, Kyle.
Yep. Clay's got a chance to get a 2 on it, and he's putting up into the wind most likely at this point. Let's see what he does.
What a putt. Woo! Let's go, Clay.
That was phenomenal, and we're going to get a replay out of it. Thank you, CTP Disc, for your support. He needed a good putt like that. It's been a rough putt round for him, and until hole 9, I don't think we really saw a confident stroke.
No, that third putt on hole 9, he found that stroke. He locked in, and he cashes in the only birdie here on hole 10.
Yep. That's a good confidence builder.
Once again, thanks to CTP for that slow-mo replay.
Ryan cleaning up the par. It's not an easy hole. That averaged 3.1 on the day. So, just a little above par. It was the 5th hardest hole on the course. So nothing crazy, but Clay picking one up on the field for the most part.
You've seen our lead card play this hole at even par across the board.
Yep.
And these guys were the best foursome across the board for the front 9.
Yep. As a whole. Here we are on hole 11.
Slightly elevated tee box.
Slightly elevated tee box, and the trickiest 360 I feel off the tee. Like, I've watched more people be short on this hole. You gauge the downhill play way different than it actually goes.
Normally tailwind.
A lot of times tailwind.
Crush your disc down.
Yeah.
Clay, though, he doesn't really care about the tailwind so much. He's going up over everything.
Man, those trees are just so close to the basket.
What a great line.
He's still short by about probably 30 feet, and he's got a guardian wall of trees.
Let's see if Jonah makes the correction and pushes this out a little bit deeper. Oh, a little high.
Yeah. I don't know.
Tailwind is making that short.
He is really short. That's going to be a tough approach. I expect he'll be able to get up and down, but he's Gonna have to look for a clean line for it.
Majors with more line drive. Still going to be short left, it looks.
Yeah.
Once again, this is one of the trickiest 360-foot holes. I've played this hole a dozen times, and very rarely do I feel like I have a great drive on this hole.
Yeah. And Russ with the big sky Annie flex.
That lefty got such fun shots.
Yeah, I think he got a tree branch and kick left, though. It's not going to be an easy.
This is probably 70 short. He's just laying this up, taking his par.
He wasn't as far behind those trees as I thought he was. Clay's got a window. I mean, we're early season, so the trees haven't really grown through yet. So he's got the ability to do something with it, but it's not a straightforward throw.
He's going to get over this little branch in this window, and good line.
I like the bid. I think Majors is thinking, all right, I can pick one up on Jonah right here.
Did you get it up? From the knee, getting that swing is so tricky.
Yeah. And
Russ.
Russ doesn't airball often, so I'm surprised to see that one miss left. He's been playing pretty smart this round, and I mean he's got 2 bogeys in a row at this point. And
the whole 9 kind of hurt the putting game.
Yeah.
Took him off his stroke.
That low left with the roll just took him.
Because we saw how Russ started, just banging putts.
Yep. And that's what he's known for.
Yeah, I rarely see Russ miss.
Yeah. Now he's got probably a little straddle. Yeah.
I don't see him putt out of the straddle often either.
Normally doesn't have to.
And he hits pole and bounces out.
Wow. Well, that's not going to help with the confidence aspect of it, but
he did his job. He hit the pole.
Yeah, he did everything he was supposed to. It just didn't stay in.
He just probably wanted a little bit more left on that.
Majors cleaning up his par. Not a bad play.
Once again, guys, this is 360 feet. Open hyzer.
And no twos.
No birds.
There's only a handful of twos on the hole on the day itself. We've got a huge field, though. So 79 people played today. It was an 81-person advanced field to start. And hole 11 averaged just under par at 2.86. So more birdies than I thought.
I think we just missed the drives on hole 12.
Yeah.
Hole 12, this is a tough pin. You can see it protected by this line of trees. This is a crush. This is about 380. Plays a little bit longer. Guardian trees on the right. We are now looking in from the right-hand side of the fairway. You can see all these bushes here. These catch everything low. You want to try to crash this basket high, but not too high because there's this ridge on the left that you don't want to play with either. And there's a gauntlet of trees in between the tee box and this green. Russ with another miss putt. I don't think I've ever seen him miss this many putts in the tournament.
No, I think we got a little bit of a confidence shaking at this point, and looks like Clay's got a ability to do something here. Love to see him cash this.
Oh, nice putt, Clay.
And that was for par. All
Good
right.
save.
Yep.
Now, hole 12's got to be one of our hardest par 3s on the day, right?
It's a tough hole, but if we look at the stats for hole 12, just for the day, it averaged just a hair above par, 3.06.
Very few birds.
Yeah, very few birds. A lot of times it's crash the trees, give yourself a look, and then that sandy green doesn't really skip or roll.
That's true.
It just sits there. It's basically the sand part of the course.
So after you drive on 11's tee box at Adams Hollow, it's a sandy riverbed.
Yep.
So all of 11, 12, and 13 are down in this sandy riverbed. You can see 13's tee box here. This is that sandy riverbed we're talking about. This is a dead straight and then to an Anheuser with a little bit of a fade 355 shot.
I love this hole. I think it's a fun play, especially when it's not in the short position. You have to shape a shot a little better. You think Colorado, you think, oh, there's trees everywhere. And in the metro area, that's not the case. This is one of the holes that forces you to shape the shot at the end. Clay's going to go the up and over. I think the play is a right hand, just S shot. It's really the best play for it. And I personally like to go with a fairway driver on it. It's a little more controllable. And Jonah's been ripping on this orange disc all day. And he goes another common play, that high turnover, let it carry down. And
Great shot.
Wow. He's close. He's going to have a bid for it too, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a long one. Majors, that looks like his trespass in his hand.
A little soft.
And low.
Oh, and he hits the hillside.
And he's got that bush right in front of him from the looks of it. That's going to be a tough approach.
Big Sky Anheuser from Birdsall. Look at this thing hold that line. Fantastic line here, Russ.
That looked great.
Fades out, but he has a shot. You can kind of see what we're talking about here with that S shape of this fairway. And I think Majors put it right up under that basket.
Yeah.
We'll
I think
see
it's
when
pretty
we get
close.
up to that green.
Russ is about 40 feet from here.
Let's see if he finds that stroke. Oh, hits the pole. Dead center.
A little low. Clay got pretty far up there for hitting, or for, the overhand throw.
I mean, he played Plinko down through those trees, but ended up with a 25-footer or so.
25-footer, a little obstructed.
Oh, had the height and the speed just a little wide.
Yep.
And Majors for his par.
Well done, Mage.
Yep. 20-footer there.
We still haven't gotten to Jonah. I'm going to go ahead and say that orange one right on there is Jonah.
I think he parked it.
Yep. I would love a 5-footer. Oh, Clay.
Clay just lost the box.
Yep. Oh, man, that puts him back to +1 on the round. Got some work to do with a handful of holes remaining. Great birdie, Jonah.
That's the best drive of the day we've seen on this card, I think, right?
It's the closest. Yeah, we've seen a lot of 20-footers, but we haven't seen anything quite as easy to tap in as that. Also, this hole played under par on the day, which is not a common thing. But you know what? We've got some of the top competitors out there, and here we are on hole 14, one of the trickiest easy holes on the course.
This is definitely one that you want to walk away with a bird on. You do not like a par on hole 14.
All the dangers on your right-hand side.
Yep. You want to avoid this tree line and down because that's that riverbed that we were talking about where that hill is.
Yep.
So you just want to hit your fairway, but this is your common mistake. A little soft and you fade out early.
Yep. Fade out left, you leave yourself with nothing but a layup for the most part at that point. A lot of people like to crash that fallen log that you see in front of the basket and just try to get as far down. And Majors overturns it a little. He overturned it and is short.
And he knows he's down that slope.
Yeah, he's going to have a very tough look with anything other than a par right now. So let's see if Russ can get back on the train.
Oh, no. Early release. And Russ is... Oh, he stayed up on the ridge at least.
Yeah.
Lucky there.
Yeah, let's
Good
see what Clay does. He needs a big pick-me-up right now.
Dan is prepped for a overhand shot here.
Already angled up at it. Easiest way to avoid the tree line is to go over it. And
someone that's filmed Clay before, it's one of the toughest things to film is an overhand shot in ice golf.
I didn't even see it finish, but
Russ gives it a run.
Ooh.
Oh, great line, Russ. Fantastic little bit there.
Okay, Mage has a very tricky putt right there. He looks like he's going to have it a little open, though.
And he gives it a jumper.
And
let's go, Majors.
Come on.
We were talking earlier about how good of a jump putter Ryan Majors is.
Look at that instant replay. It was great height. It was committed.
But if it misses, it's maybe 10 feet away. He doesn't miss badly.
He's not a fast putter when it comes to the speed. He normally gives it that soft lob, and he saw Jonah's mistake and said, I could pick one up right here. And
boy, did he.
Yeah, it looks like he's got it right now. So
we didn't see a good drive. Well, maybe Clay's. We haven't seen Clay's yet.
We
haven't seen a good drive, though, on this card. I think Clay might be there. Oh, Clay's pin high.
Yeah, it's
a little short.
20 feet, 15, 20.
But this is a 277-foot par 3 that everyone just wants to just put it right under.
Nice job, Clay.
Good putt by Clay. He's figuring out that line, a little slight hyzer putt.
Yep.
That Nick Hansen 2% milk putt right there.
Put it on in. I like to see Jonah take his time on these short ones. He does his routine every time. There's no hole that I've seen him just not do it. I like to see that.
And
Russ used his routine.
Yep.
Which is just walk up and go.
Yeah. Make a putt.
Here we are, hole 15.
This is another cool pin, isn't it?
Yes, so this one is one of the holes that didn't move from day 1 to day 3. And it's just deep. It's 384 feet. It's a wide open hyzer. It's just put it out down there. And it's slightly downhill towards the end. So you don't have to have all that distance.
I think the line that was drawn is to the short pin. You can see the basket now here on the back left behind that little V tree.
It's a little bit of a guarded green if you come up short with a tree there.
This is a huck, normally into some sort of head or crosswind. And you have to navigate over these little kind of reedy shrubs. Clay with a great line there.
That looks great.
He's down on the green.
Jonah, I'm guessing he's got every bit of that distance. Let's see what he does.
Puts it nice up in the air, big hyzer. It looks like it might crash a little left. Yeah, a little short,
left.
Little left.
Wow.
A little too high.
Can't quite tell if the wind's rolling right now. I'm wondering if the wind caught that one.
I think that's more of an ultimate thing. When you go for distance and ultimate, you put the disc higher.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the transitionary issues that he may have experienced as an early disc golfer.
Yeah. Majors just having to throw it up there. Yeah. 5-footer. Take your par. Jonah was further up than I thought.
Gave it a little half bid there.
I think he was wanting that. Russ at Russ distance.
Man. I've seen Russ make more of those than miss those.
Yep. Normally doesn't keep it low on the ground. But Clay was, man, that was
high.
Perfect.
Fantastic backhand from Clay.
All right. Clay bogeyed. He's now 2 for 2 since then. Like to see that.
Lots of colors on Clay's scorecard the last couple holes.
Yeah, he is starting to heat up.
Birds found that stroke, though. He's back on that pole.
Yeah, I think Clay and Russ are both looking.
Woo! That was close, Ryan.
That was close. I think Clay and Russ have accepted that their chance to win is over when you've got Majors and Jonah just playing this well. So now they're just playing for position. Just solid finish at an A tier to start the year and move on to the next one. And hole 16 is
one of my favorites.
It's the third longest, I believe, that we're going to play on the day. And it's pick whatever shot you want and throw it as far as you can. And at the end, you've got a couple obstacles to beat, but really not much.
This is one of my favorite random deuce guy holes.
Yeah, you get the 2 more times than not.
I do. It requires a big huck. Something flexy out of the hand normally a little over 400 feet. You have some guardian trees right in front of it.
Yeah.
Wide open fairway. You don't want to be right. You experience some obstacles over there. You can see these kind of Sleepy Hollow looking trees on their right-hand side. Major's putting it down a little bit left and short.
You know, we haven't seen a lot of sidearms out of him on this back nine yet. I think hole 10's like the only place we've seen it. I kind of thought he would do that. He's got the distance with the sidearm.
He does, and I would think he would go to that on this hole because it actually lines up for his power forehand.
Yeah. Maybe the wind just wasn't feeling it right there. See what Jonah does.
He's taking also tied for the lead.
Yeah.
And he's against a guy who's playing in his first ever disc golf tournament. Ryan may be playing it a bit safe.
Maybe. And Jonah
gets it down there. That's probably a 40-footer. Right in front of that tree.
I think it's even closer. You get in front of that tree and you're looking at almost circle's edge. So this is right up Russ's alley for distance. It looks like he released it a little early. And it does not appear to be turning.
Not get that high-speed action he was looking for.
Maybe that's why Ryan didn't go the sidearm. He did not like what the wind was doing there.
You can see the gauntlet of things he has to kind of fight through.
Yeah.
Upshot. That was a pretty good upshot.
Yeah, Majors just jump it. Really close.
Maybe 100.
And Majors does not have a gimme putt. That is...
Jones just in front of that tree.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's about 35-40 out.
Little jumper.
Oh!
The cage. That's the first jumper I think we've seen from Jonah.
He's normally putting himself closer than that for that final, or for that putt.
And Clay with the random juice. Let's go.
That is a big putt. Wow.
For a guy that couldn't make a 10, 15-footer on the front nine, here he is lighting up the back nine.
He is finding his stroke, and that is awesome to see. Nice too, Clay. You are one of the few that got it on the day. This whole plays closer to par. And
Majors with his par.
Majors gets it there. Yeah, Clay was one of only a handful of twos on the entire day. Look, we had 6 total, and Clay was one of them. Nice job, Clay.
Who are the other guys that birdied this one?
This hole, we have Eric Robbins, Jonah Essency, Mike Brown, Nick Engelman, Power Lefty, and Tom Place.
Fantastic. Tom Place also did our graphics here for Elsen Productions. Shout out to Tom Place. Hole 17, 309 feet. You got to navigate some early trees. This is normally a backhand hyzer for most players. Obviously, Clay is going up over the top, doing Clay things.
It's a good play on the hole. There's a lot of trees right in the line of where you need to finish a disc.
I think that ended up in circle 1.
It looks close.
Majors, this is the line most people take.
Yes.
And watching it fade right in towards the green.
Look at how good that...
Little skip. Some hard packed ground out.
Yeah. Maybe through a fairway. Something with a little more ability to skip than he wanted, but that's okay. It's in mage distance for putt.
There is a small little ridge behind this green where it goes downhill. Jonah lacing this drive. Let's see if he gets the same skip.
He does, up and over that hill. He's going to be pin high, maybe 15 deep. This is a tough hole for the lefty play.
Oh, it goes outside, tight gap.
It's got to fade, though. Yep.
And
Well done, Russ.
Parksville Birdsall.
Yeah.
Go.
That's how you want to walk into these final holes.
You see Major's disc up there on that ridge. That ridge held him onto the green. If you go behind that ridge, it's pretty ugly.
Yeah, it's not a fun place, but
Clay's a little short. Trying to get over this little bush. Not a great line.
no, it's not flat enough to do anything.
What a great run, though, here by Ryan. He probably skipped right under that basket.
Yeah. Needs this to stay close, and he gets it.
Clutch putt. 2 holes to go in this tournament.
It's hard to think that Jonah's going to miss this. So, come on. Jonah knows now that Ryan has one on him, unless he makes his putt.
There's some pressure, but he's in his routine.
Yeah. He took that deep breath, stood up to the putt.
Went through his motions. Still going through.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what the distance is. He's doing this motion.
Well done, Jonah.
Fantastic putt.
Just the maturity to calm yourself down before a putt like that.
Once again, second ever PDGA round.
Yep. And, at this point, if they're watching live scoring, they know that Josh Martin is right there with them. Josh has already finished his round. He's at 25 down with them.
Russ with the birdie putt. Let's go.
There you go, Birdsall. So, final hole. Jonah, Ryan, tied. Josh Martin in the clubhouse, tied with them.
3-way tie going here. This is a par 4. This is a hard, difficult finishing hole. 474. You have these trees, these massive trees that are about 250, right, dead straight in front of you, between you and the basket. You have to choose which way to go. Ryan's choosing a forehand, the safe big gap out around everything.
And this hole is eagleable as well, but it takes a lot of power. It's slightly uphill. Majors is playing it for a birdie. He's going to put it out there and give himself an easy approach. And Jonah throwing a turnover shot. There is a righty gap that he could have played, but this is much higher success rate and keeps you out of the trees.
It's the smart play for sure.
Yep. Russ has every bit of distance to get it up there. Love to see him get it at least pin high. Ooh,
a little left and
just maybe a little yanked, but he's not out of position to get the birdie.
And it looks like we're going to get one last thumber out of Clay.
I don't know who walks up to a 470-foot hole and goes, yeah, thumber gets there.
We have one person.
Yep.
His name's Clay.
And he's most likely going to be able to clear everything, be out in the open, have an easy approach. Hey, this hole, when it's playing in this position, you just want the easy approach.
Yes.
Anything you do to stay out of trouble. And Jonah, odd footing, not out of it, though.
Ends up with a kind of a weird straddle approach.
And he's short.
He's short, yeah.
He's short and right.
Maybe 30-ish?
Yeah.
Edge of circle 1.
Majors in a similar boat.
But preferred approach angle here.
And put it... Okay,
Clutch.
He's putting the pressure on Jonah for this.
He can do a reverse slam on that putt there for birdie.
So Ryan looks like he'll at least pick up the one he needs to keep Josh out of the mix. But now Jonah has to make a putt, and it's 20 feet. You can see Jonah's there.
The first ever tournament.
Yep. Nerves are there. It's real. Clay looking to finish strong.
Off the chains again.
I had a similar putt that did the same thing. I swear the basket's leaning.
So here we are. This is your first ever PDGA tournament. You are tied for the lead. You need to hit this because you know your opponent's parked.
Yep.
You do your routine. You take your deep breath. You putt.
Got it. Woo! Oh, man. Jonah.
Can you imagine being in your first ever tournament and doing this?
No, I can't. I can imagine being Josh Martin, though, and watching that happen because I've seen it. So, yeah.
Heartbreaker.
You fought back from chase card. Josh,
that's the Russ putt we know.
Yep. That was committed. He walked up. He did it. There you go. Hat off.
Let's go. Russ.
Good job, Birdsall.
Now, I remember my PDGA first ever event. It was the Crack Plastic Classic in 2005. Terry Miller ended up winning it with a couple thousand rated rounds.
Love it.
I shot terribly. I was nervous. I didn't know what to do. This guy's showing up and looking like a professional.
Yeah, I was DFL and rec in my first ever tournament, so I get it.
Yeah.
I don't get how Jonah did this.
I don't either. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
The kid is so good.
Playoff. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, so we are in a playoff.
Back to hole 1.
Back to hole 1. We watched Jonah birdie it to start the day.
Ryan got a par.
And Ryan parred it. And Jonah...
There's a similar line, a little close to those trees.
Ooh.
Just sneaks in. Great little hyzer.
He's a little deep maybe, but looks like 10 feet.
Ryan going back to that forehand. He was a little short, if I remember correctly, round 1. Or front 9.
Yeah. Come on.
Puts a little more gas on it. Does it break?
I love the play.
Oh, that looks great.
Okay, I got a little ground play. He's a little deep.
Oh, okay. So
He's got
a 25 footer or so?
25 footer right here. Jonah's
been
at
hot.
15.
Then hot with the putter. Leaves it short. Ryan, oh no. So, first ever PJ event. You're in a playoff for a championship against 81 registered advanced players.
Let's see if he takes his time.
You have a 15-footer.
Yep.
What
All
do
right.
you do?
There's his routine.
Deep breath.
Deep
Right there.
breath.
You got to win.
Yep.
Make sure you hit that line. Rock it forward. Check it again.
Yeah.
And time to make that putt.
And he got it.
Congratulations, Jonah. You are coming to the 303 Open, and you get to play in the feature card round 1.
Yes. Great sportsman moment there. Jonah and Ryan battling all day. Man, we watched some fun golf.
This is one of my favorite courses in Colorado, the Adams Hollow. There's some great lines, and to have this level of competition across 3 days featuring this course and the Bird's Nest is such a cool little display of different types of courses in Colorado.
Yeah, the metro area golf is always unique, and Jonah, way to play. 26 down over 3 rounds, phenomenal. Majors, battle to the end. Josh Martin, huge shout out. You tied Jonah for the hot round on the day.
Both 1,000 rated rounds.
Both 1,000 rated rounds, 1,004. Andy Ford also put up a pretty big effort to move up. Michael Cain, Isaac Mangrum. I mean, these are names that we are going to see for the rest of the season in advance and dabbling in the open field in Colorado. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you, Justin, for being here with us.
My pleasure, bud.
Yep.
So Kyle, we just wrapped the back 9 of the 2021 Rocky Mountain Amateur Championship presented by Rocky Mountain Soda Company. How is that orange cream ale tasting?
It's delicious. That back 9 was very enjoyable with it.
It was.
Because from hole 10 on, we had a lot of movement. We had a lot of battle, really, quite frankly, between Ryan and Jonah. And all knowing, and I know Ryan looks at scores. Ryan and I compete through the year. We look at scores. We're constantly in the know. So to keep on that performance with Josh Martin really on their heels, Josh shot a hot back 9. He shot a 5 down on the back 9 to keep himself in the mix. And if you know Josh Martin like I do, you know that Josh thrives when he's behind. Like, that man will hunt you down from chase card. He's done it more than once. He's beat me at both Rocky Mountain Amateur Championships from just out of sight of me. And he's such a good competitor. But I think the most impressive piece of the whole thing was Jonah's ability to make putts at distances that are not drop-ins with just precision. He kept his cool, he was calm, he never deviated from his routine. And that's what I love seeing.
Was he bogey free on that final round?
Yes, both him and Majors were bogey free on the round, and both of them left themselves with more than one opportunity to get a bogey and made a good putt from an uncomfortable distance of 20, 25 feet.
And this is a course where you can see those 3 putts happening on these ridges.
Yep.
3, 6,
9,
8, 9. They are some tough greens that if you don't hit that birdie putt, sometimes you end up with a 3 putt.
Yeah, and one of the things that you couldn't quite tell, at the beginning of the round, we kind of had a little bit of sunshine. It wasn't as cloudy, and it started getting overcast. You had some temperature changes alongside of it, so they kept themselves very much in the game mentally as well as physically while just playing good golf. And really, like, Clay and Russ struggled behind them the whole time. Russ put a charge on early after hole 3. Russ was within a stroke of the lead, and then Russ hit some rough patch. So then it just became Ryan and Jonah just pushing each other back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until Jonah cans that 20-footer on the final hole to force the playoff.
Yeah. Because Majors was there. Like,
yeah.
Slam dunk in for his birdie.
Ryan did exactly what he had to do, and there's no way to softly run it from that angle he was at. You're throwing a slight hyzer into the pin, and you just want to get a close walk on from there.
And that's the play. It's the same thing as Macbeth against Conrad in Worlds.
Exactly.
Like, Majors had the advantage. Make the Conrad's on am, I'm not saying that. Make the person out of position make the putt.
Yeah, Ryan's been there before. Ryan's been there at Adams Hollow before. Ryan's been in more than one playoff at Adams Hollow. He knows how to play a playoff. He just didn't have a clean putt when all was said and done, and Jonah walked up and did what, I mean, quite frankly, if you're a Colorado amateur disc golfer, you didn't know who Jonah Karls was until he walked out to RMAC after round 2.
Unless you played Ultimate.
Exactly, unless you played Ultimate, you didn't know that this guy was there with that skill. We had 3 other known amateur names in Colorado disc golf on that card, and then Jonah Karls, who came out and played incredible golf.
He played better each round too. I think his round 1 was like a 950 rated, which
953.
To have your first ever PGA rated round at 950 is phenomenal.
And he goes out to Birdsall, goes 973, and then improves by even 3 more strokes after that.
It's incredible.
Yep, it's great golf.
Definitely someone to represent us at the 303 Open against some of the best pros. We had some nationwide, some elite pros: Eagle McMahon, Kyle Klein, Joel Freeman, some big names in disc golf. This guy got to hang with those guys and play at the 303 Open.
Yeah, and head on over to Elsen Productions, watch that first round of the 303 Open, and then see how everybody else progresses from the rest of the tournament. And when all is said and done, I can't imagine Jonah has anything other to say than it was incredible, and he learned so much from the first couple events of the year, because the 303 Open is only 3 weeks after this event. So he's got 3 weeks to prepare after his first ever tournament, which is an amateur tournament, for his potentially first ever pro tournament.
Sure.
So he's got a couple weeks in there. Maybe he got 1 or 2 in at that point, but another A tier immediately around the corner with a chance to establish a name.
And if I saw anything in his game that would be an issue that he'd want to correct in those 3 weeks, it would be those power drives.
Yeah.
He elevated them like an ultimate drive.
Yeah.
Like a kickoff or something like that, or some bomb in ultimate where you want to get some elevation on that disc. And in disc golf, you kind of want to do more of a, your line drive rip and let that disc fight through the wind neutrally as opposed to exposing its belly.
Yeah, we saw him hole 16 and 18 kind of correct that a little, but he still lobbed it up a little. Hole 15, we really saw the lob, and he ended up left. He got a lot of distance, so you flatten that out and go more at it, he's probably fine. But and the Ultra Disc Golf Park and the layout for the 303 will require a lot of distant shots with control on top of it.
Big time, because if you know anything about Avery Jenkins,
Guy likes distance.
He does like some distance.
Yeah.
And Kyle Motti loves some OB lines.
He sure does.
So those 2 factors combined, where you have to huck it and be accurate, is going to be an issue for Jonah moving into 303 if he can't figure out that line drive. Moving forward. Once again, I want to thank Rocky Mountain Soda Company. This prickly pear beverage is fantastic. Cheers. Love hanging out with you, talking disc golf, bud.
Yeah, thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching. We hope you enjoy the commentary. We hope to see you at the next one.
Yeah, and in our near future for Elsen Productions, we're looking at some commentary for NADGT Championships down in Austin that just happened a couple weeks ago. And then Dan and I went out and filmed the Mile High Classic.
Oh yeah.
And we filmed some pretty incredible golf down there. We had Nick Hansen, we had Liam Stott,
Micah Callies.
Yep. And I am forgetting the 4th person on the card.
The first card or the last card?
Because it changed.
Only one person changed between cards. Kyle Harrigan and myself rounds out round 1 for you. In round 2, the previous 3 gentlemen stayed on there, but you'll have to see how they did it. That's exciting.
It is some pretty hot golf that they put on display at Farringer.
Sure did.
And we're excited to do that commentary, and this will be your commentary team for that as well. So
we'll see you in just a few weeks with that.
All right, everyone, have a great day. Maybe go throw some frisbees.
Beautiful day outside for it.
Yeah, I enjoy frisbees.
Ditto.
We enjoy frisbees and soda.
Yep.
And
Double G jerky.
Double G jerky. All right, everyone, have a fantastic day. We'll catch you next time.